So we are really excited to announce that we are trading in this 2018 Toyota RAV4 Limited. This isn't a hybrid model, but anyway, we're trading this in for a brand new 2021 RAV4 Prime, which runs as a fully electric EV car. That's the car that everyone is talking about these days, and we're taking this in today, right now, to a dealership and trading in and taking delivery of the 2021 RAV4 fully electric SUV. So this is going to be a car for my wife. This is the car she's driving currently, and we're taking it in. So it served us really well, and nothing wrong with this car actually. And in fact, even the interior and everything else is pretty up to date. It's got a low mileage. It's only being 3 years old, but we were able to get hold of a Prime, so we are taking a delivery today. I can tell you, by the way, just in general, to kind of finish off the story for this RAV4, it has been totally reliable, absolutely no issues at all. And in fact, this 2018, the previous generation RAV4, actually drives a bit sportier than the current generation. Anyway, let's go and take a look at the brand new Prime here. So we just got hold of the new RAV4 Prime. Very excited, lots of great details on this car. And as you can tell, the design, of course, is all new since over a year ago now. And I do my quick usual finger test here and a panel test to make sure that the fit and finish and the build quality is first class. And of course, you expect nothing from Toyota. And this particular Prime, by the way, is still built in Japan at their Japanese factory, versus the RAV4 we just traded in, which is built in Canada actually. So, but anyway, it doesn't matter where it's built. If it's a Toyota, you know it's going to be well built. So, but all this fit and finish is excellent. I can run my finger through here and check for body, look at the quality, especially here just between the roof and the back, and even between the trunk and the rear quarter panel, the fit, the gap, all looks really good. This is going to be a really brief and quick overview because I'm doing a full review shortly, so this is not meant to be a full review yet, but as you can tell, the paint job is great. The overall body finish is absolutely world class, and this gloss black paint on top is a great enhancer. It makes the car look just stand out so much more. But again, this is just a quick overview because we're just picking up this car right now, and I haven't even driven it yet, and we're going to take this home. It will be my wife's car, and then I will be doing a full review on this once we've settled in and have driven it for a little while. So here's a charging port because this Prime functions as fully electric cars. So if you, as long as you top up the charge on a regular basis, you don't even have to use the gas. But once the charge runs out, the battery runs out, it will drive as a normal hybrid car, and that's the beauty of this car, I think. It came with the Yokohama Avid GT tires, which is a bit unusual. Usually RAV4 comes with Michelin or Bridgestone tires, but these Avid GT tires are a little bit more sportier than the other ones, so perhaps that's why they chose this particular one. In the interior, good stitching again. Of course, the interior design is basically the same as the normal RAV4 or RAV4 hybrid. This one has the winter mat, actually really well designed winter mat, and the seats are a little bit different as well. It's got kind of red stitching for the Prime, versus the blue stitching for the normal hybrid. And so yeah, the interior is actually very, very similar. We also happen to own 2020 RAV4 hybrid, so actually we're a bit of a RAV4 family here, but in comparison to that, this car is almost identical, right? The interior is exactly the same. It's got charging here, wireless charging there, again more red stitching here, and different kind of modes you can pick for the driving, and I'll get into that a lot more in my full review. But there's lots of different functions you can use in the car. So let's just start up the car quickly here. Take a look at the dash panel. A lot more features were added when this new generation RAV4 was introduced not too long ago. And it's got even overhead. You can also have an SOS button there you can press, and someone will come online and help you as well. But this part of the infotainment system again is same as almost all other Toyota cars, so nothing unusual here, but it's well designed, nice and big, it works well, it's quick and fast, there's no delay, and they've refined this over and over again. I've met some of the engineers who designed this infotainment system, and they spent an extraordinary amount of time to get the design right. So good, well-designed buttons are all there. And I like these large buttons. The glove compartment is a little bit bigger than the previous model. Some trays here as well, and tray on this side, on the driver's side. I think most people forget it's there. Automatic high beam system, even a steering wheel heating as well. So lots of features on this car. This is the RAV4 Prime XSE, and it's got a great amount of technology in here. So I like the fact it's still a proper shifter there instead of one of those buttons you press. You can put it in sport or eco mode or normal mode in terms of driving. And of course, here we are on the road now. Picked up this RAV4 Prime, and it's raining and so forth. It's a little hard to do a proper full driving review in terms of the driving performance. But at the very first glance here, and the feel for me is that it is, well, first of all, of course, it's running in full electric mode, in EV mode. So that's the biggest difference between this and the RAV4 hybrid. It will run completely on electric mode until the juice runs out, and it switch over to the hybrid mode. But until then, it's just like any other electric car. So immense torque, because electric motor have infinite torque. So really amazing acceleration right off the bat. The steering feel, again, better proper review coming up later on, but the steering feel is actually a little bit better than the RAV4 hybrid that we also own. And it's slightly sportier, not much more, but steering is a little bit, I would say maybe 5% heavier and 5% sharper. And also it's immensely quiet, very, very quiet. This particular car has a Yokohama GT tires on it. Not sure why they selected that tire, but it is very quiet and smooth so far. And handling is reasonably quick. It's not a sports car, obviously. It's still a RAV4 in basic format, but the overall driving feel is so far so good. Again, it feels strange to be driving a RAV4 and it's in full electric mode. So I can shift and switch over to hybrid mode, but right now it's in electric mode, and so far, even in rain, I can tell the acceleration is absolutely immense. If you just step on it, it just takes off like honestly like a race car, like a sports car. So as a conclusion here, this is just a brief overview of the Prime, because we just traded in the 2018 model and very happy with that decision. So once I get this on the road and I drive it for a couple more days, a full review is on the way. But my first initial impression is that it's a great, amazing car. And of course, it's a major milestone for the auto industry to have a fully electric car in this mainstream SUV market. And Toyota to be able to introduce this, it's an amazing, amazing milestone. Long waiting list for this plug-in hybrid. Let's see how the car turns out over the next several days.